Today you're going to be writing your rough draft and editing it so that you can type your final tomorrow. So I have written a rough draft from my plan. I wrote it with mistakes so that I could find them and fix them with my black pen. So first, my opening. Last Saturday, a centaur made my day stuck at home exciting. So here it is on my writing. Last Saturday, a centaur made my day stuck at home exciting. I got all the words, but I need a capital on the S for Saturday because it's the name of a day of the week. And I forgot my E on the end of the word made, so I had space for it, so I just put it in there. Last Saturday, a centaur made my day stuck at home exciting. All right. Then, to begin with, messed up my house. I wrote, to begin with, messed up my house. I forgot to add words to make it a complete sentence because to begin with, messed up my house is not a complete sentence. I need between with and messed at least one word to make it complete. So the centaur messed up my house, so I can write the centaur. From now on, I'm probably going to refer to him as he instead of writing the centaur every time, but I wanted to mention again the centaur here. So, to begin with, the centaur messed up my house. Alright, so there's my next sentence. Then, I decided, instead of writing about broke furniture too, I wanted to just do more detail about the kitchen. So let's see my sentence. He crashed through my kitchen, destroying my cabinets, shattering my dishes. So right away I see my next sentence starts here, so I forgot my period. I'm gonna put that there. And I want you to notice some of the descriptive language I'm using in my details. This is what I want all of you to be doing with your details. Crashed, destroying, shattering. Those are all verbs that are vivid verbs, that they put a clear picture in your head and they make you feel like you're there. So I didn't just say, he messed up my kitchen, or he broke stuff in my kitchen. He crashed through my kitchen, destroying my cabinets and shattering my dishes. And just saying that, I realized I forgot the word and. Sometimes it's easy to forget a word. So he crashed through my kitchen, destroying my cabinets and shattering my dishes. So when I say that sentence, you as a listener or reader, you definitely get a picture of the centaur in my kitchen crashing around with his big horse body and destroying the cabinets and shattering the dishes. You can probably hear the dishes shattering. That's what we want our descriptive language to do. So that's all for my first event. My next event, after we cleaned up, rode him around the block. After we cleaned up, I rode him around the block. Definitely see some mistakes in this sentence. Forgot to capitalize my beginning, after. I need a space between after and we and make my line nice and long so I know it's not an L. After we cleaned up, I by itself needs a capital. Rode him around the block. This, I did my B backwards, which makes it a D, so I'm going to show myself that needs to be a B. So after we cleaned up, I rode him around the block. Notice that after I make my corrections, I go back and reread the sentence to make sure I got everything. So that's good for that one. Scared other people and dogs. I want you to see how I made this sentence descriptive. Dogs barked at us and people let out ear-splitting screams of terror as we galloped around the streets. Now, I could have just said, we galloped around the streets and people were scared. You might get a picture in your head, but think about the picture in your head you get when I say dogs barked at us and people let out ear-splitting screams of terror as we galloped around the streets. So, want my descriptive language to appeal to your senses? You can probably hear the dogs barking and people letting out the screams as we're galloping around. You might be able to, the word gallop, you might be able to hear the hooves galloping. So that's what we really want your detail sentences to be doing, putting a really vivid picture in your head. And that's not always just what you see. This sentence appeals to your sense of hearing. Hopefully when you read it, you can hear what's going on. Now I need to make sure that I got all of my conventions right. Dogs barked at us and people let out. AW makes ah, not ow. Need my OU. Ear-splitting screms. I need a long vowel pattern to make the long E sound. And it needs to be the EA. Of terror as we galloped. Shouldn't be a T, it needs to be an ED. Galloped around the streets. Good. So I took scared other people and dogs, and I really put a picture in your head and sounds in your ears when you read that sentence. Next, finally played games. Finally, we played games. I added back at my house because I wanted my reader to know that we were back at my house. We weren't still outside. And house I spelled wrong. That needs to be House. Finally, we played games back at my house. All right, got that one. Pictionary, his hooves couldn't hold the pencil. In this one, I decided to have this detail kind of get the centaur away from my house too. So here's what I said. We tried to play Pictionary, but he got frustrated when his hooves couldn't hold the pencil and thundered away. So that word thundered, I mean, you can tell that he was galloping away angry. When he thundered away, you can really hear it. So I used that detail to describe what we were doing and get the centaur to leave. So we tried to play Pictionary. That P needs a capital because that's the name of the game. But he got frustrated when his hooves couldn't hold the pencil and thundered away. Good. So there's that. Now all that's left is my closing. That centaur certainly made my day stuck at home and adventure. That centaur certainly made my day stuck at home and adventure. Forgot my E again on made. If you make the same mistake twice, make sure you're fixing both of them, not just one of them. So, I went through my plan. With this one, this is a really good opportunity to use your details to do descriptive language. Using those verbs like crashed, destroying, shattering. The words that appeal to your senses, like barked, ear-splitting screams, galloped, thundered. I really want you to be trying your best to use descriptive language in your details on this one. And make sure when you go through and edit, you find all your mistakes so it's ready to type tomorrow.